Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Smark Tank. I am Shannon Epstein, coming back from this marvelous Christmas days of joy with the glorious, wondrous one, Bob Black.
That's how I feel about wrestling this week.
It's better than it's been.
It was.
I saw a lot of things I liked. I saw a lot of things I didn't like, but
it was all right. It was still yawn-inducing, but like not as like it wasn't like
it
full
feels like they're trying, so that's great. You know what I mean? Like, that's a win.
It wasn't like full sleep.
Sure.
It was just like, oh man, I'm tired. I don't know how I got so tired. I just turned on Vince McMahon's product and I'm tired again.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like it wasn't like, oh, Vince McMahon's product's on. You know, like that's
like instant cure for insomnia. It's like it does the opposite of Folgers.
No.
It's like Quaalude.
Wow, Brock Lesnar. That's.
I mean, there's a lot to be said about what's going on this week with the women's tag titles that were announced.
That's cool.
The rage-inducing McMahon for the AJ Styles promo.
That was fun.
Rusev winning the U.S. title after, I don't know, about 6 months of no energy going into that character anymore.
Sure. That's great.
Daniel Bryan still tearing shit up.
That's great.
Miz and Shane formed a tag team. What else happened? I mean, this is a pretty busy week, actually. Ronda Rousey and Natalya had a great match.
Balor had a good match.
Yeah, Seth apparently Balor's getting a major push.
Seth Rollins beat Baron Corbin again. It was Corbin? Was it Corbin he fought in the main event?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah,
Corbin. Yeah, I mean, like, things happen this week. And even Gable and Revival had, like, a classic.
It was a very good match, yeah.
I mean, all right, maybe it's not a classic, but at least it was good.
The Nakamura Rusev match was very close to a classic. It was like, I would say it was like.
Well, they finally let fucking Nakamura wrestle after.
Yeah, it was like right under a classic.
How long?
They got like the loudest "This is awesome" chat I've heard in a really long time. And that's including like pay-per-views.
That's important.
Like the crowd was super hot for it. They were like,
yeah, it felt like SmackDown actually had like like SmackDown just tore it up this week.
Yes.
Like on many levels, on many fronts. So, shout out to them for actually stepping up and trying.
Yes.
Here's the thing. We have a podcast where we let you know, at least your and my opinion of what's going on in the Fed universe or whatever.
The Fediverse.
The Fediverse. Right. Like we talk about it. We're interested in it. Like wrestling can be one of the most interesting and fun ways to tell a story because it gets physical.
It does.
Because, like, all right, cool. Also, you got a pretty decent angle with the Jimmy Uso or whatever, with the Mandy Rose,
I mean, apparently Vince really loves Mandy Rose because she's blonde and she's got boobs. And so she's got a convention. Well,
she reminds him of Trish.
Yeah, she's
when Trish was in her prime.
She's conventionally attractive and she's pretty talented in the ring. I mean, but I don't think that's why he likes her so much. I think he likes her more because she's blonde and has boobs. And so he's going to push her, apparently. Apparently she's in for like a big push. That's what I've been reading on the dirt sheets. He loves her. He's like, oh, she's got all the talent in the world.
Sure. I mean, look, I can, we can all appreciate the Aryan race, I guess. I don't fucking know. Whatever. Whatever the fuck you're into. All I can tell you is that she's involved in an angle with Jimmy, and
I just don't know where it's going.
It doesn't matter where it goes, even if it ends with Jimmy just going, you know what, man, I really love my wife. I mean, that's where the fucking angle ends. Yeah. Look, it's an angle. It's a way to start some shit.
I guess.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
usually most of the time those things end in like, oh man, me and Trinity are getting a divorce. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's a part of why I don't super love those angles at this point because they're almost consistent.
I'm not talking about all right, look, if they pair him with Mandy, there's a chance that there will be some like real life sexual tension and it could have trouble with their marriage. I've heard about things like this happening before.
It's been pretty.
But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying like even if the angle ends because they want to preserve their marriage, and it ends with them going, the end result is I love my wife, and that's what makes it on television. That's fine, because at the very least, it is an angle that involved the men and the women together, which is something that they haven't done in a very long time. Mm-hmm. And I think, like, I talk about the X-Pac and Toy Christmas Story a lot. That's like one of my favorite horrible angles. That's
so bad.
But it's not bad though, because it was a major betrayal.
It was a major betrayal.
It was a major fucking betrayal.
It was very, 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 very.
And the point of the matter is, wrestling thrives on major betrayals. It thrives on major storylines. It thrives on the fact that these things are larger than life. Because it's like life imitates art and art imitates life, right?
Sure.
So if you're going to actually write compelling content, you need to have angles like this, whether it involves Jimmy Uso and Naomi, or it involves, another male and female combination. These things need to kind of happen.
I
don't think they should involve a married couple.
I'm not.
And there's also another twin involved.
Sure. I'm not going to say you're wrong.
So
I'm not going to say you're wrong. I just don't see the angle going anywhere.
I'm not talking about that specific angle.
No. What I'm saying is, like, when you pull that angle out, you there's a time and place for that angle. And if you don't use it right, it turns into, like, Coffee Pot Feud number 2, which is.
But here's the thing. Coffee Pot feuds can actually become interesting if they become blood feuds.
Yeah, but like,
what I mean?
But I just don't see them giving the women that much time to make that blood feud.
It's not about just the women though; it's about all the wrestlers in general. They're not maximizing the minutes.
Well, sure, absolutely.
They're maximizing them on SmackDown and not doing the same on Raw.
No, that's fair. Yeah, but my thing is, like, when you use angles like that, like she's going after the adultery angle or whatever, it's like that's a good angle because it kind of taps into a certain primal fear of American society, but and just maybe in humanity in general. But like when you use it and it's just a coffee pot feud, and you're just like, this is just gonna be forgotten a month from now, it's kind of. And like that's what they've been doing. It's not like it's not been like, okay, this coffee pot feud turns into like a blood feud. It's like, okay, this coffee pot feud, I'm really angry at you, and then a month later I'm really angry at this other guy because he was at my coffee pot, and it's just like you just completely forgot about this coffee pot feud.
But I mean, you're talking about it in the worst case scenario where
I'm talking about
where WWE stays the status quo, and historically nothing will happen from it, and we're gonna keep that up. I don't think there's room for that anymore.
I agree.
There's too much competition now.
I mean, I don't think that they're going to specifically change that, is what I'm saying. Because, if there's a bigger story there, I feel like they lay groundwork that makes it, that gives you, like, implied stakes. And I haven't seen anything that implies that there's going to be bigger stakes. Maybe, like, a women's tag title thing. Because I think that Mandy and Sonya Deville are probably going to get pushed for that. But
right, on SmackDown, yeah. I mean, are they going to have multiple women's tag titles? They kind of didn't give any specifics, right?
No, not really. I feel like they should probably just have both.
Women's tag titles across all brands.
I feel like that's how they should do it.
That's fine with me, actually, because that allows any brand that women are on to have 2 titles to then build up their names.
Yep.
So I'm fine with that. On SmackDown, they're probably the only female team that I could see actually getting the titles. Like,
yeah, Naomi and Asuka were kind of a thing for a minute.
Yeah, whatever.
And now Asuka's is a champion.
But the thing is, you know what? Vince wants to build singles competitors, right?
I mean, he loves singles.
Right now it's going really well. You probably want to let up some more females from NXT onto SmackDown if you're going to do a tag division there.
I mean, they are calling up.
Same thing with Raw, actually. I in fact, all around, less commercials, more wrestling, less talking segments unless they're going to mean something. More wrestling.
I agree.
I think NXT does that extremely well. They maximize all of their fucking minutes. You know, I can't say it enough.
Yeah. I mean, there's I know there's a certain part of like the show that needs to go to their advertisers, but like everything else should definitely.
I miss that thing that they used to do where they keep showing what was going on
in the back.
Yeah,
I miss it too.
That was kind of great.
It was great. I mean, they did it kind of did this week with the AJ Styles thing, you know, or like they ended the show on it. They just kind of cut to like, oh, Vince McMahon's in the back and he's being a crazy person. You know, getting.
Oh no, I'm talking about like you had the app on your phone and you could watch the commercials.
Oh,
and so while the commercial was going on the TV,
you could watch.
You could watch on your phone, but I bet advertisers were fucking furious about it because you weren't actually watching the ads. You were muting the ads, letting the ads go on. They were getting the ad revenue without actually showing the ad to anybody. So I could see them being seething about it and going like, "Oh, this sucks," and then it gets.
I don't know if that's particularly the reason. I mean,
well, more people are getting phones, you know, every day. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, like, okay, wait, I don't have to watch commercials. I can continue the action on my phone. And
I think maybe it was like an expense thing that they cut it off. Maybe
like they were dedicating bandwidth and server and blah blah blah.
And it was like maybe not enough people were using it because I could also see a lot of people being like, yeah, I don't really care. Let's wait for.
So you know what would be really interesting, right? Is if they had an uncut version of Raw,
right,
that you could watch on the network.
That'd be cool.
And you know, and it's not live on the air. Like you have to watch the USA thing first. Then after the fact, you can watch the deleted, cut down, heavily doctored version on Hulu, and then you could watch the uncut version on the network or something like that. That's what I would do with it.
That'd be fun.
You know, and then you get to see like that match that was like really awesome. So like you couldn't be in the audience, you couldn't go there because it's too far away, but you can have that live event experience from your house, watching it on the network. I mean, that's at least a place for it. It's a reason to try to watch Raw if you're a real fan.
Yeah, I mean, that could be cool.
You know, because like let's say there's a really good match and then they had to cut to commercial in the middle of it, which they oftentimes do.
Yeah, they do. I mean, well, they have to get their advertising revenue in there, so.
Right, but then there's these people who are really fans of wrestling and kind of just want to watch great fucking matches, you know?
I don't see a reason why they need to have the ad revenue or they need to have the ads in
I mean, I'm also a fan of Vince Russo's thought where he's like, why are you cutting a commercial in the middle of a match?
Yeah, no.
You should cut to commercials
after the match.
After the matches. I completely agree with that. I mean, there's not many things I agree with Vince Russo on, but that's one of those things.
No, he's right.
You know?
He's right.
Like, at the very least, like, if you have to show an ad in the middle of the match, which I think is fucking astronomically dumb, then, you know, put the unedited match on the network.
I mean, I don't understand why they need ads on the network, in my opinion.
No, I didn't say ads on the network.
No, I mean, like when they're showing like the replays of Raw and stuff like that.
Oh, I don't know if they show ads on there. I know they show their own ads, but I don't know if they show the USA ads. I think what happens is if you were watching it on the network, like, because they're like always a month behind on Raw, on the network, I think. So if you're watching it on the network, I think they say, all right, we're gonna go to commercial break. And we're back with, you know, like basically like how they would cut a Netflix show. I think it's the same thing. I mean, I don't know if there's ads for Raw on the network. There might be. I've never watched Raw on the network. I'd rather watch it on Hulu where I'm guaranteed to not have ads because I paid enough money for my Hulu subscription to not have them.
Right.
And it, you know, and that's saying if I'm going to watch a full episode of Raw. Right. I haven't wanted to watch a full episode of Raw in a very long time. Because the content is just straight up trash, and most of it is just a waste of time. Well, yeah. You really want to watch the juicy bits that they're going to show you on YouTube.
YouTube, yeah.
Or you know, fast forward it a little bit.
I mean,
watch it on your DVR and fast forward the bullshit. Like, you know what's going to be bullshit before you even watch it most times. Like, you're like, all right, I need to fast forward this because, like, all right, what are they going to do? Yeah. Have a conversation. It's not going to lead to a brawl because they haven't done that since the Attitude Era.
Right.
So what's going to happen? Someone's going to make a resolution and make it a match. Always happens. Yeah. Always happens these days. Predictability.
Yeah.
Wrestling is not for the predictable.
I mean,
if it becomes predictable, you fucked up.
Well, I mean, we talked about this before. This is kind of part of their slide back to like the 80s format of like super face faces and super heels.
Yeah, but the super face faces are just like kind of like boring losers.
I mean, but like that's
so if they were super face winners, then I might be interested in what the product that you're trying to sell me. But like,
I mean, but
what kind of super face am I going to get into anymore?
No,
a super face with no backbone.
I mean, but that's the other thing. Like
at least Hulk Hogan had a backbone.
I mean,
you know what I mean? For all his flaws,
he also
he's
won all the time.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the thing is that, they'll get into a winner. They'll turn a winner who's over with the crowd face.
Sure.
And he'll still maintain some heel elements to him, but he'll ultimately basically be the model that is Seth Rollins right now.
Sure.
Right?
I mean, I think there's a caution there because they tried to do that with Cena. And people just turned on Cena so hard.
Yeah, because they shoved him down the throat.
But that's what they did with Hulk Hogan. That's what they did with all the babyfaces in the 80s.
Hulk Hogan is a different breed. I mean,
is he a different breed than Cena?
It's a different breed and a different time.
I mean, is he? I mean,
absolutely.
I mean, sure.
They wouldn't have booed Hulk Hogan if he was winning all the time and he was just being respectful to the crowd.
Sure, but like
there was no anti-hero element back then.
But what
the anti-hero exists now, and that's hard for the crowd to digest that you're going to give me a watered down version of the Attitude Era at any given moment.
Sure, but what we just said is that if you have a face with a backbone who wins, and the crowd would cheer him, and Cena was a face with backbone who won all the time. And we just said, well, they're shoving him down.
But this was right after the Attitude Era.
I mean,
they literally destroyed the Attitude Era on Cena's watch.
Sure, I mean,
Cena went away, filmed the Marine, came back, and said, "I'm not hip hop guy anymore. I'm Super Cena." Yeah, they didn't like the character.
Sure,
they were booing the character.
Sure, they didn't like the character, but he felt all the same. He felt all the roles of the things, all the check marks are the things that we just said. But
they didn't want that Cena to win. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
What I'm saying
I can tell you why it didn't work.
I mean, sure, but like at that point, that means they don't need necessarily.
Cena works now more than he did.
Oh, sure.
10 years ago.
Sure, he does. I mean, but that's also a nostalgia thing, because people have gotten time to like get used to like not having him around.
Right.
Yeah,
sure.
He's the same character.
I know. And at this point, there's nothing he needs to change because he's not wrestling full time anymore.
Yeah, he's the same fucking character. Like,
I have no problem with him.
So I don't think I think that faces do need to have a backbone.
Yes.
I do think that faces do need to win.
Yes. No, we know this.
Yeah,
this is.
But I think that the thing is that what they did with Cena was that they were reinstituting 80s style booking. Which is
you're talking about in 2008?
When was Cena went on his run
when him and JBL finished their hardcore match, and then they said, by the way, we're going PG.
Yes. When they went PG, what they were doing was they were reinstituting 80s style wrestling.
Absolutely.
And after people had been like,
but they did reinstitute 80s style wrestling,
but
without understanding how to book faces correctly.
No, they understood how to book faces correctly for the 80s. Like if Cena was in the 80s doing his whole like I'm a Marine, like I love America,
Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah. People would love. Oh, they would have been like Cena is the greatest wrestler of all time.
I have no disagreement there.
You know what? If you don't like the FU, then there's a problem with you. All right, the attitude adjustment is the greatest wrestling move.
I understand that,
but
totally.
But here's the thing: it's not the 80s anymore. And
I know that.
So it's not. It's like,
and we have been exposed to greater forms of wrestling. We've been exposed to great products. And it's hard for people to forget, which is why Vince McMahon still has a fucking audience.
Yeah.
Is because people wait for wrestling to get better. And it's been documented that they say, oh, well, how do you feel about the current WWE product? It's terrible.
Yeah.
So why do you still watch? I'm hoping it'll get better.
I'm just waiting for it to get better.
I'm hoping. I know if they're capable of doing the Attitude Era once, they're capable of doing it again.
So what they really need to do is to move away from they tried the 80s style booking. They need to move away from the 80s style booking into a booking that feels more
modern.
Modern, yes, and that's the whole thing. It's not about the fact that these a lot of these faces don't have backbones. Absolutely, that's true, but it's also the storytelling elements have been dated. They feel dated. They feel old. You feel like you've seen this before, and you have, and that's why people are like, "Oh, I don't know. Feels like they're shoving them down our throats," and then and they're like, "Fuck this guy. Let's turn on him," because that's just it's a reaction not to the wrestler, but to
there's nobody right now that they're able to shove down the throat except for heels, right?
I mean,
so. But Drew McIntyre, if he gets booed because they're getting him shoved down their throats,
yes,
it's actually a good thing.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But if they promote him as a face, then he gets booed, then they fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, but that's also a part and parcel of their,
I think that the fans just want a good underdog story at this point. They want to see, Drew McIntyre. I mean, I'm sorry. They want to see Dolph Ziggler probably win it.
I think the
you know
fans
what I mean?
Want
he unlikely wins.
They just want a good story.
I agree. I totally agree. But what is good?
Think about it.
What is constructively good?
The Daniel Bryan story of with the yes movement and stuff. That is a old fucking WWE fucking story.
We said it last week. It goes back to the Bible. It's David versus Goliath.
Yeah, super old. Fucking crazy old.
Sure.
If you could not tell how that story was going to end, you've not been you were probably born the day before WrestleMania was happened. That being said, it worked because it was long form storytelling that built organically to a certain degree, and that people and the story beats were strong. There were strong story beats. Daniel Bryan was he was at his lowest point where he lost to Sheamus in 6 seconds. Right, he goes from that to slowly fighting his way up the ladder, winning matches, getting screwed over, winning matches, getting screwed over. Triple H telling him he's a B plus player. Randy Orton coming back. Randy Orton being in the title picture. Batista coming back and winning the Rumble. You know what I'm saying? There was all these story beats that added up to.
It was a great year, and it got me back into wrestling.
Yeah, and also not only that, the decision to have him win the title was a last second thing. A
lot of it had to do with Punk leaving. Yeah, I get that.
So, but what I'm saying is the long form story elements of it were what made that story good. Not necessarily the fucking routine of the story, because we've seen that story. And they tried that story again. They tried it with Reigns. They tried it with a bunch of people. It was fucking...
No, you can't call Reigns the underdog. You can't call him... You can't call Cena the underdog.
Yeah, no. You could call Reigns the underdog if you would
after all the losses he had received to Lesnar,
sure.
in this year,
if you had done his character right, and you had him just constantly getting the shit kicked out of him, and people were being he's still tough and he's still trying to fight, but he's just man, this guy is just getting a Ken Shamrock who just doesn't know when to stop. Because he can't stop and he won't stop. He's from Bad Boy in the circa in the 90s. Then people would have probably got behind him, even though he's fucking gigantic, because there have been underdog characters who were. I mean, Stone Cold was 230. He was not a small guy.
Sure,
but he still felt like the underdog.
Well, they piled on the odds for Austin.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it was all right. By the way, this match is now a handicap match with special guest referee Patterson and Briscoe.
Yeah.
And that we're also gonna add a couple of lumberjacks to just make sure that things don't get too out of hand. Yeah. And Stone Cold won that match. You know what I mean?
But that's the thing. It's they could have done that, but they just never did because they didn't want and it's because they don't really know how to tell that story anymore. I feel at this point because they're back to 80s booking. In 80s booking, that doesn't happen. They don't do that in 80s booking. The super evil boss who
he didn't exist in the 80s. There was Jack Tunney and that was it.
Yeah, they don't get that.
But I mean, with the McMahons now on television again, and they say that it's not about us, it's about you. And all this bullshit,
sure.
all these lies I've heard before.
Sure.
What does this mean? And all right, now we see Mr. McMahon on TV talking to AJ Styles. And he's I want to see the animal. I want to see the black hole in your heart. And then he smacks him in the face. Why is Vince McMahon touching him?
I don't know. Maybe corporate styles.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
I mean, I guess it could be cool.
Why is Daniel Bryan running his mouth in your house? Right? I don't know. What is this? This is the only thing that's actually kind of like it's breaking the puzzle box now because this is some shit.
You know what
that we really haven't seen before.
You know what?
Right? But we've seen it before, but we haven't seen it before because it's like, well, what's your objective here?
You know what would be cool if they do like a double turn and they have like they turn Daniel Bryan back to face and like have.
He can't be a face and like criticize everything about American culture.
Yeah, and then have AJ Styles come up like, yeah, I am the corporation. I love killing baby seals. I kill baby seals in my sleep. I love it.
And then Daniel Bryan's like, wait, what the fuck are you talking about?
He's like, and you know what? The earth is flat. You know what?
And you're about to go off the edge, Daniel Bryan.
Just like go.
Because you've got no chance in hell.
And then like the corporation comes out. He's like,
no chance. Wait, is that Big Boss Man on a puppet stick? What is this?
Just like go.
This is weird.
Let's go.
This is off the rail, full tilt.
And suddenly people were like, wait a minute.
What is the corporation? Hold on.
Maybe Daniel Bryan is right.
What is the 2019 corporation look like? If you've got AJ Styles as your Rock.
Right.
And he's pissed off. Because here's the thing with AJ Styles. AJ Styles works as an angry, bitter bulldog, right? That's what Vince McMahon wants out of him anyway.
Yeah, that's what he likes.
That's the only way AJ Styles is going to work. Because when AJ Styles is like face AJ, you know what I mean?
He gets a little stale.
Yeah, he gets a little stale, like pandering to the crowd, all that bullshit. Yeah, I want to see the fucking anger in you. Cool. AJ Styles is just an angry little bitter person. All right, fine. This is the 2019. This is the start.
You're right, Daniel Bryan. I do eat hamburgers. I eat hamburgers every day, and I put methane right into the air.
I just inject it with my farts.
All right, I'm about to do it right now, Daniel.
Yo, if he farts in a microphone, I don't know if I think he's full face at that point. I think that just makes Daniel Bryan more of a heel, like, because then he just gets this pompous look on his face, like, oh, you keep injecting methane, you rotten son of a bitch.
He just goes like full heel, like, I'm here at a slaughterhouse. I'm going to kill me a cow, Daniel Bryan.
Oh, my God. Yo, could you imagine if he goes to the slaughterhouse and kills the cow directly? Like, he's like,
you see this? See this, Daniel? This is Bessie. This is Bessie. She's nice, isn't she? She's going to die.
I'm going to make my title out of leather skin cowhide. You're gonna love it.
Oh my God. Somehow they just turned them again.
There's like a double turn. Yeah,
no.
There's a double turn in the works if they go right back into it. But AJ has like a character. We won't say repackaging. We'll just say a freshener.
A freshener, yeah.
Yeah, he's getting a fluff. His character's getting a fluff a little bit.
He's just like, fuck it.
He's like, Bessie. Oh, you don't know nothing about no Bessie. When I win the championship at the Royal Rumble, you're going to see a full change in that belt, Daniel Bryan.
Oh, my God.
There ain't going to be no faceplates that say phenomenal. They're going to be moo on that shit. And he's, oh, you bastard. You dastardly son of a bitch. I got to keep this title eco-friendly, so I got to win.
Oh, my God.
Come on, guys, chant with me. Eco-friendly. No, you can't chant that because you're all idiots. Okay, fine, fuck it.
Just have him like in the match, like Daniel Bryan setting up for the knee, and then he just pulls in like the mounted head of Bessie, and like the stops Daniel Bryan. Oh my God, this is like a perfect heel. This is like super.
I mean, this is like so over the top, though. I mean, like a fucking cow head, and
might as well go for it.
I mean, like, ugh.
If we're back in the 80s, man, just go for the 80s, bro.
That's not 80s though. That's like fucking. That's like worse than the Attitude Era because, like, think about it. They like hinted that they chopped up Pepper the dog.
They really.
And then they were like dragging Big Show's dead father, who wasn't even dead yet, in a casket, and that was like one of the most dastardly things I had ever seen.
Super heel, yeah.
I'm saying like that's
super
tilt heels.
Super white hot heel, baby.
Is that white hot or is it red hot?
That's white hot. Oh, red hot is not as hot as white hot. White hot is like hotter than red hot.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, if he's killing a cow on national television, that's gonna piss some people off.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they'll actually have him kill a cow, but it's like the implication.
He could go down to the slaughterhouse and they can just cut away and like have like makeup where blood splatters.
Yeah,
and then that's enough. That's honestly enough to just destroy.
That's a classic.
That's enough to destroy the internet. Actually,
yeah, that's a classic. That's a classic WWE heel skit that they don't do anymore, and it's like they should. Why not? You know, it's like you had Vince McMahon come in there and feud with God. Are you kidding me? What, like,
yeah, Vince McMahon's still alive.
yeah. Vince McMahon was
usually people who feud with God die.
Vince McMahon was like, bring God to the ring.
Shawn Michaels. I wonder if he like went back and prayed with Shawn after. He's like, Shawn, I need to get this off my con because I would probably feel that.
Shawn Michaels, come on, your tag team partner is gonna be God.
After that whole shit, if I was Vince McMahon, even if I don't believe in God, I'm going back and praying.
I mean, sure.
I'm going back and praying to God. I'm like, yo, I'm so sorry. God, I needed the theatrics. I'm so sorry.
Like, he walked into a church, drank holy water, and spit it out like Triple H. And he's like, who am I? And I was like, this is this guy. That's his whole thing. So, like, the idea that, like, that's too far is laughable.
There's not many too far things that they could do, but I'm saying in this day and age of the PC, of like everybody falling to fucking movements and Me Too and all that.
Sure.
Yeah. That's pretty bad.
I mean, yeah, but like if you're gonna go heel,
but they're a full tilt. They're a full tilt heel company because they went to Saudi Arabia after Khashoggi.
They don't give a fuck.
They shouldn't give a fuck. That's what I'm saying.
Linda McMahon's on the Trump administration thing. They don't give a fuck. Come on.
Shouldn't. They honestly shouldn't.
On. Yeah. Let's be real here. They don't care.
No, but I'm saying like that's
like individual.
That's pretty full tilt, man.
Individual. That's like let's just think about how jacked up the WWE. Like Daniel Bryan's character right now is an environmental activist.
Yep.
And he's a heel.
I know.
Think about it.
For all the wrong reasons too.
Think about it. Who would be his face opposite? JBL probably. If you were like, oh,
baby, I eat hamburgers every day. I love capitalism.
I love America. America's great. I can't wait to dump oil all over the Atlantic Ocean, Daniel Bryan. You know why? Because that's what America does, right? You know what?
I mean, if you start saying shit like that, I don't know how long Daniel Bryan's a heel for.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, though. But, like, in the WWE,
I feel like Daniel Bryan is right. He's like sheep, fickle. Like, he's not fucking wrong. Like, why are people booing him?
I mean, but that's the character, you know. I mean, what I'm saying is,
it really doesn't make sense. I mean, like, I kind of like love him. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, what
he makes me kind of want to be vegan, just so I could like fucking save the earth a little bit, you know.
But I'm saying, like, if you're gonna do a heel, there's ways to turn AJ Styles heel and have Daniel Bryan.
But I want to know what is the. I want to go back because we went off the rails a little bit. But what is this? What is this segment with Vince McMahon? Why does he care that AJ Styles is aggressive or not? What is in it for him?
I don't know. It felt like
because you said it's revisiting the corporation, right? So what is the 2019 corporation going to look like?
I don't know. It also felt like a revisiting of like that Kevin Owens moment. Was it 2016 or 2017?
It was like last year, yeah.
2017 when he was like, "You fucking hit me,
hit me, you fucking Canadian pansy ass bitch!
You fucking hit me, fat boy!" Like or whatever he was saying to him at the the time, and it's like that stuff like that gets people. It breaks the monotony. Like
yeah, but why does it always have to be Vince McMahon who breaks the monotony?
Yeah,
like. Vince McMahon should have a stable of people who break the fucking monotony.
I think that
you should only be employing people who break the monotony.
Yeah,
and make me look at your product and go, God fucking damn, what the hell did they find? Holy shit, this is amazing.
Maybe Vince McMahon is just the best actor in his whole group.
No, he's not.
He's really good.
He's not the best actor in his whole company. His whole company is the best actors. They are not allowed to fucking act.
That's true. That is true.
It's like telling me to go act and like the fucking script, and they're like saying, "Here's the fucking script. The Three's Company. Make this shit a Pulitzer-winning fucking prize." Like,
I mean,
like, come on, make I Dream of Jeannie the best shit you've ever fucking seen. If you want me to make I Dream of Jeannie the best shit you've ever fucking seen, then you better have fucking Scorsese fucking writing and directing it.
I mean, it did win an Emmy. I'm just saying, I Dream of Jeannie did win an Emmy.
Sure. It was like the 60s. So did fucking Three's Company win a fucking Emmy, I'm sure.
I'm just saying, I mean,
like, they lost their fucking mind when Cheers went off the air. They're like, fuck, what are we gonna do?
Yeah,
NBC's fucking Tuesday nights are gonna kill us, like.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, dude.
What? Look.
Stop.
Look, man.
Stop fucking giving Vince McMahon credit for being the best actor in his company when the company is full of fucking actors who aren't allowed to act. You know what I mean? Like, the only time they said, okay, go out there and give me your best 20 minutes was on Talking Smack.
Okay. Maybe that's true. But, it's his toy chest, man. He's gonna play with his toys, bro. Right?
Yeah, sure. But you know what, man? Play with your toys the right way, motherfucker.
Nah, bro.
This is a merch. Dude, here's the thing.
Right.
People aren't gonna come back just because it's getting good now.
That's true.
And the minute it fucking gets good and people come back and like, all right, cool, I'm gonna come back, and they're like, haha, we're back to our old ways again. It's like, don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
And that's like kind of what seems to happen is like I started watching again because of that great Daniel Bryan segment. I was like, cool, I'm gonna fucking come back. I'm gonna watch, man. Hey, fucking this Yes Movement shit. This is off the tilt, man. This is off the rails, breaking the monotony. And then fast forward, we're back to the monotony again. Daniel Bryan can't wrestle. Fuck you, he's injured. Deal with Roman Reigns or whatever the fuck they were trying to do.
Roman.
I don't understand you.
I mean, look. Here's the deal. I think that they're going to push some stuff. I don't know what they're going to do with AJ. If they do a corporate...
I mean, I'm still mad that Brock Lesnar fucking won at Survivor Series.
If they do a corporation 2019, I think what it's going to look like, it's going to look like Vince coming out and being like, you thought that I was going to listen to you? You idiots! You thought I was gonna... You were in charge. I'm in charge. I'm Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
I don't care if I lose all the ratings.
I don't care. Okay. Well, now I finally have a champion that I can appreciate. AJ Styles. And then,
then you have Brock Lesnar on the other show, sure. And they're foreseeing both. So it's like, man, fuck off.
Maybe
fuck off with this McMahon's for seeing both brands bullshit.
Sure,
this is a bunch of horse shit.
I don't know what they're doing specifically.
They don't know what they're doing, Bob. They don't fucking know.
That being said, I did like the segment though. The segment was fun.
Sure, that was cool. There's like, oh wow, flash in the pan on everything. Like for every 10 segments they go wrong. Look, this week was good. Okay,
it was good. Like I said, it was yawn inducing. It wasn't sleep inducing.
I mean, we had a fucking cool match with Natalya and Ronda.
That was dope.
But they had a fucking hug in the end, and Natalya looks pissed on her face, but yet they're hugging. It's like, I don't understand this shit.
That's how it's gotta be, man.
No.
The baby face.
What are you talking about? Why is she concerned? She's a fucking she's a fighter who competes for money.
She's like, oh.
She doesn't give a shit about her fucking feelings. She wants to fucking rip her face off.
She's like,
what's that shit that Ronda says? She's a good for nothing B, GFB,
a good for nothing
GFNB.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what every woman is to Ronda fucking Rousey.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Ronda Rousey's like, I'm sorry I broke your arm. I love you, Natty. Let's be friends forever.
Natty should have fucking smacked her across her fucking face, man.
No, Natty was like, oh, my arm. Oh, it's cool, Ronda. It's cool.
Oh,
it's cool. Don't worry about it, Ronda.
She should have fucking smacked her across her face, punched later out, fucking stomped on her, and then next week came out and said, I'm sorry. And then she said, "Oh, you are sorry? Yeah, I'm sorry, Rhonda. I didn't mean for that to happen." And then fucking Kendo stick the shit out of that motherfucker.
Remember?
That's what should have happened.
Remember when she was doing that to Charlotte? That was so cool.
You mean Charlotte was doing that to her?
No. But you remember last year when Charlotte was facing Natty, and Natty was like, "I'm just gonna go full tilt heel and just fucking hit her with a chair right to her knee."
Yep.
Just because that's what I do.
Because I'm a wrestler. I'm here to make compelling content.
She's like, yeah, bam. I was like, yeah.
I would have. Look, if you're not gonna fucking smack her in the face, go full tilt. At least sow the seed of discontent and discord, and sow the seed of get off of me. Don't touch me right now, and then go to the back. Be like, "What's wrong, baby?" And that's that kind of shit.
They're super. They're super.
Show that there's a little bit of a tear in the fabric of their relationship, and then have Corey Graves sew it week after week. He's like, "Oh man, what was that with Natty? What was that with Rhonda? I don't know. Maybe something's up." What I heard in the back? I heard that they were fighting earlier in catering. They were having sewing, and then boom, the shit fucking is crazy.
Nah.
Not that little, they hug, because they're females. No, the females are the females are hot right now, man. The females have the good fucking stories. They got Becky, they got Stone Cold Becky Lynch. They got fucking Charlotte Flair. They got Asuka.
They do.
They've got Bayley
and Sasha. And the Iconics and Naomi. And
they got like four. They got like four people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if they wanted to put Ember Moon up there, they could. They got Ronda. Ronda's a thing.
Carmella.
Ronda can wrestle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck it. I'm just saying the women are fucking hot right now.
They are really great.
So
they're the
if
best
they're
stuff
fucking doing amazing shit on the product, you should be promoting that shit.
You should. I mean, but it's Vince, so he won't.
So why?
There you go. Right there. Bam. Bam. Lawyered. You got it. There you go. There you go. All right.
I'm just saying, there's promise right now.
There's
promise. The other night in the Garden, you had the NXT people come out, tear it up.
Yeah.
Shit was so exciting. John Cena came out the curtain.
Yeah.
He's like, I gotta watch this shit. This is that new hotness.
It was good.
That Velveteen Dream hotness. That Undisputed Era hotness. That Ricochet hotness. I heard about that Ricochet hotness.
It was good.
I heard you can't bottle that Ricochet hotness, but you could sell the shit out that Ricochet hotness.
You could.
I heard a lot of shit. John Cena came out the curtain. He said, "Damn, I gotta watch the motherfucker." And then they tore the shit down.
They did.
They tore down the Garden. Aleister Black hotness. They fucking got it.
It was good.
Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa.
It was good.
What's going on? Heel DIY? I don't know. Shit is crazy.
That would be so cool. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for heel DIY where Johnny Gargano turns on Ciampa and wins the title. That would be super fun.
I mean, Gargano, there's so much to be said about that craziness last week, but I'm not going to, and I'm going to tell you why I'm not going to.
Why not?
Because it's like great storytelling.
It is.
That's not promoted. And it just hurts me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because what is Tommaso Ciampa without an NXT? He's a 205 Live. What is he?
I've already said at this point.
I mean, let's talk about Cien Almas right now. You were bringing that up earlier. Cien Almas is not happy. So what's going on with him? He's not even been on TV.
He's not been on TV. He's not being used. He's not super happy with his position in the company. He hasn't been since he got called up. He had some really cool matches, and then they just kind of forgot about him in the shuffle, like Shinsuke. At this point, I would say this. If you were an indie wrestler, I would sign, and you were offered a developmental contract with NXT, I would sign it. I would hope for that mega push in NXT to get my name out there, get some takeovers there, get called up to the main roster, stay there for a year, sign a 1-year contract for the main roster. And then afterwards, leave. Go back to the Indies.
Man. Some of these people have families.
Go back. No, dude.
And like stability.
I get it. But, you know what? You'll make
And you know what? If you're going to pay me and not use me and pay me what I feel like I'm worth, you know what? Fine. Let's work for more pay. Fuck it.
I get it.
And that's why Tyler Breeze is fucking. He's like, you think I want to be on NXT, bitch? I like my money. I'll lay down all day for that money.
Yeah, I get it. I totally understand.
You know, then there's the alternate side of that, which is the Adrian Neville, where he goes, what the fuck is this? Yeah. Let me go.
Yeah, he's like,
I actually care about my character.
I like
I don't
wrestling.
fucking need money as badly as you think I do.
Mm-hmm. I agree, yeah.
So yeah, look, and
I mean,
there's nothing.
I've advocated for both.
I don't hold back anybody. Like, look, if you want to fucking make lots of money, and the Fed, WWE is willing to pay it to you,
sure, yeah,
and you're happy with stability, power to you. God bless you.
I have definitely advocated for both, like, positions on the show. I've advocated for, like, if you get to the Fed and you just. They're paying you like six figures.
But I don't know why Ziggler keeps fucking resigning. Yeah, that I don't understand. That shit baffles me.
Whatever. They're paying him. They're paying him really well to take losses and like he loves it. And my thing is like that. If you get to the Fed, they call you up to the main roster, and you're the Ascension, and you're like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm getting paid. You know, I get residuals. I'd rather not go back out to the Indies and grind and shit. More power to you. Go ahead.
Same. Yeah, go ahead, I feel that.
But if you are somebody who's like, man, I know what
I feel like Ziggler cares, and I wonder why he keeps resigning.
I mean,
that's the truth.
He probably is at this point like, you know what?
I get why Daniel Bryan keeps resigning because like his wife is so intertwined that it affects her if he leaves. You know what I mean? Yeah, it does. Like they're going to be like, well, look, we'll never be able to show Bryan again, and that means that you're going to probably have more time away from your husband.
Yeah.
And then he's like, look, I don't like that either. And Daniel Bryan's like, you know what? I'm just happy to fucking be here anyway. Yeah. So I'm cool with whatever they want to do with me, even though they suck.
Yeah.
And he'll just criticize them on podcasts and be like, yeah, WWE booking is just terrible. The storyline writing is just nowhere near what it used to be. Mm-hmm. And I credit that to only one person because one person is the one guy who's like, oh, that's like watching paint dry. It's like, well, you know what, man? Do you got anything better, Vince? No, that's what I hire writers for. And it's like, all right, bro, then, fucking let the writers do their job. Like, let some fucking paint dry, which I bet the fans probably won't agree with your assessment.
Pretty much, yeah. I agree.
You know?
I mean, but what I'm saying is like if you're that guy, like I said, if you're the guy who's like, I just want to I like to knowing where my paycheck's coming from, and you're like, fuck this, I don't want to go play, wrestle in bingo halls and shit, or like try to work for Impact Wrestling. I get that. Fuck that. Don't do it. Stay in the Fed.
Truth of the matter is, who does though? There's no health insurance out there for these guys. They're gonna bust their ass.
But what I'm saying is like, but if you are a guy who like knows you're worth it, you're valuable, you can do good.
Well, that's what Cody Rhodes did.
Then what I would say to you is like, sign to NXT, get that NXT bump of like fans and exposure and all that shit. Like, because that they have a certain reach, that WWE has a certain reach that
nobody else has.
Yeah. So like, get that exposure, get that reach, get onto the main roster, and then bounce and go back to Indies, and then instantly you have more clout. You automatically have more.
Well, I mean, look at Juice Robinson.
Sure.
Juice Robinson was a jobber in NXT. Sure. CJ Parker, he was Daniel Bryan's gimmick currently, and he fucking is doing awesome now.
Yeah, and even if you have to even if it takes you a little bit on the Indies after you leave NXT and go back to the Indies, people at least have like things that they've seen you in, and they're like, all right, I know this guy can work. I know this guy can talk.
I mean, like Justin Gabriel's like on ROH now or something like that. A lot of people are getting signed to exclusive deals because of All Elite, I think. Yeah. All Elite is really shaking it up. Yeah. I mean, All Elite potentially is so big, and it's going to create such a fucking talent vacuum.
Sure.
That even WWE is stepping their game up, and I attribute it all to that, man. Their viewership and ratings are declining while the competition's ratings are going up.
Yeah,
TNA is getting buzz. You know what I mean? They're putting on these 5-star matches with Impact, sure, Impact, whatever.
Johnny Impact,
whatever, man. Like fucking Johnny Impact, Johnny Honor, Johnny whatever,
whatever brand I'm working for right now, baby.
Johnny fucking Mundo. It don't fucking matter, baby. It's Johnny Gimmick. Johnny's gonna fucking do it, bro. Johnny's gonna wrestle his fucking ass off. He will. And he's worth more than fucking John Morrison being stuck at mid-card.
Yeah.
And you know what? Everybody else but WWE seems to understand that. It's the same thing with like Drew McIntyre. It's like, oh man, Drew Gallows, man, what a guy.
Yeah, it's true.
Winning titles everywhere. Fucking bigger than he ever was. Mm-hmm. Really, really hungry. Man, that guy's almost as big as Lesnar.
Now they love him. Yeah.
That's a guy we should push.
Now they love him. Yeah. I mean, when he was a little bit...
in fact, they had a golden opportunity to change the status quo a month or two ago. And they couldn't capitalize. They could not capitalize on their new talent because they were afraid.
Yeah.
And now they're in this fucked up position now where the McMahons are on television. Bullshit. Again. Still trying to fucking hack away at fucking all these golden opportunities they have missed.
Yep.
And it would take a baby to figure out that they had missed it, you know?
Yep.
Anyway, I feel like I've said my piece. You got anything else you want to contribute to this?
No, I think it's
fucking harsh criticism.
It's not even harsh criticism.
Here's the thing. Like, they had the opportunities this week, you know what I mean? Yeah. I've already said it previously.
They're doing a little bit better.
That's what I'm saying. Like, look, man, I'm giving them credit where it's due, you know, whatever. But at the same time, like, I know that this company can slip very easily back into its old ways.
It's cool, man. 2019, new me, baby. It's all good, baby.
Hey, look, it's gonna be a new me. That's for damn sure.
New me, 2019.
I'm taking on a lot of responsibilities going into 2019, and I ain't gonna fall. You know. So, look, I wish the WWE luck, and I wish myself luck. I wish you luck. I wish everybody luck coming in this new year.
2019, baby.
God bless everybody. God bless your families.
Mm-hmm.
You know, bless them all. Bless this nation, because this nation could use some help. Bless this earth. This earth could use some help. I know Daniel Bryan, you know, it sounds like a joke, but Daniel Bryan's not off, man. Daniel Bryan's not off. We all need to look out for this planet. We need to look out for each other. The rising tide lifts all ships. So I wish everybody love, luck, positivity, joy, and strength in this coming year. And, yeah, I know. This should have been the way I ended this podcast, but instead I'm going to go back and just tell you how to email us. But once again, I'm just going to wish everybody joy, and then I'll segue, I guess, into the emails, whatever. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into the Smark Tank. Don't forget to email us at wearesmarks@gmail.com. We will answer all your emails and your questions. I know you got a billion questions, so, you know, forward them on over to us. You could tweet those questions to us at @ILikeSmarks on Twitter. You could even write a comment on our Facebook at facebook.com/ILikeSmarks. And you could also check out our friends who are doing amazing work at the Nation of African American Wrestling, as well as our friends at the Council of Commentary. And once again, love, joy, peace, positivity, strength, empowerment. Just lift up and stay up. All right? Have a great year, everybody.
Happy New Year, motherfuckers.